Hello, Lauren here with Lauren Elizabeth Fine Art, and I help beginner through professional level artists reduce stress while mastering the art of animal art. I welcome you to part 2 of a Q&A answering a lot of your questions while I paint this gorilla, a camel, and a Komodo Dragon mini canvas painting from my masterclass. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get started. Now, before we begin, I just want to say great job, all of you masterclass students and journal challengers who are working so hard right now on the online Animal Art Journal Challenge. If you'd like to see more of their beautiful entries and the prompts that they're working on, I invite you to join the YouTube community on Facebook that I have linked down below. All right, now let's dive straight into your questions. And the first question is, what paint brands do you use to get such vibrant colored paintings? And hands down, I'm always going to recommend Master's Touch Basics brand, and I buy this online or in-store at Hobby Lobby. That is my all-time favorite paint for just the price and the colors and the coverage. Now I'll let you in on a little secret that most of my masterclass students already know. I will only use the Golden brand titanium white liquid paint for whenever I'm using white, and I will often use white in all my paintings because let's say the paint is a little bit translucent, I'll add a tiny bit of white to kind of make it a little thicker. Or if I'm covering a lot of surface area, I like to make sure it's very moist and doesn't dry on my brush. And thirdly, this also helps me to blend if I need to do some blending instead of layering. I have that link down below in case you'd like to try that and see what I mean. It's not something I buy in any other color, just white. I prefer getting Master's Touch Basics brand for all my colors, as well as Winsor Newton paint. That would be my next recommendation. However, it's a lot more expensive. And then my third recommendation would be Chalkola brand. This is actually a brand, a lot of what they create is for children, but I've been very surprised at the variety of colors and the coverage. Now, if you'd like to paint this gorilla in real time, as well as access the traceable outline, I have that in my online Animal Art Masterclass, designed for creatives of all levels that are looking to reduce stress, anxiety, even depression. This is really what's helped me process negative emotions and thoughts, which is why I've created this class full of over 100 animal painting and drawing tutorials. You can get your first month 10% off just to give it a try, and all that is linked down below. And question number 2 is, what paintbrushes do you use, especially for animal fur? Okay, so in this frame, you can't really see it, but on the left-hand side of me, I was painting with my Benici brand paintbrushes. I also use Fine Touch brushes, which are something I buy from Hobby Lobby, my favorite store in the whole wide world. But by far, I will always recommend this pack of brushes because it has everything I need to paint any animal. It has my rigger brushes, it has my filbert brushes, my flat brushes, my round brushes in all different sizes. And it's actually a very, very affordable pack of brushes. And guess how long they've lasted me so far? And I paint pretty much every single day. They've lasted me for over 4 years. Now, from the Benici paintbrush pack, I like to use size 9 and 10 flat brushes for long animal fur. From this pack, I'll also use size 1 rigger brush and 2 the liner brush to help me paint tiny, thin whiskers and just little final details in the fur. For more curly-haired animals like cockapoos or labradoodles, I'll use round brush size 4, 5, or 6. I like to use a variety of different brushes. I'm really laid back when it comes to brushes. I will just kind of grab what looks right and then I'll just start painting. And the next question is from Marissa Sinclair. Such a great question, Marissa. What exactly is loose painting? And how do you achieve that style and make it look good and not messy? All right, so I have 3 tips to help you get this loose, semi-realistic style. Tip number 1 is to first look for the shapes of colors in the painting. You might not have ever thought of that before, but certain colors and values in the painting are creating different shapes. And as you apply those different shapes, you want to layer your acrylics from dark to light. Tip number 2 is to get better at spotting values. So value is the relative lightness or darkness of a color. And what really helped me figure this out was by painting in color using a black and white reference photo. This helped me realize that I can honestly use any color as long as it followed the correct value in the right spot. And tip number 3 is become a little bit more clean with your brush strokes. This is something that I'm really having trouble explaining to beginners because you kind of have to get a feel for it on your own using your brush, acrylics, and your water. It's that fine balance between having a clean, damp brush with enough paint on your brush to help you move paint and apply it, but not having too much where it's gonna then dry to your brush very quickly, and then it becomes sticky, and then it just becomes hard to apply other colors. That's why I'm always saying to make sure you are constantly washing out your brush so you just have a thin layer of paint on it. So you're never giving your brush a chance or that paint a chance to dry on your brush, because then it really makes the movement and also application very difficult. And the last question is, how do you stay motivated and manage your time effectively as a full-time artist and mother? Now, I think there's a lot of things that really help me do this, but I'm going to list 3, the ones that I think are the most effective. The first one is I make movement a priority every single day and workouts a priority 6 days a week. Sometimes my workouts are 10 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. I'll do weightlifting, I'll do walking, I'll do jogging. It just depends on the day and how I feel. But ultimately, this just keeps me motivated. It keeps me healthy and feeling really energetic so that I have the energy and the creativity to keep creating. My second tip is do your best work when you're at your prime. So I'm a die-hard early bird. So when I wake up first thing in the morning, I like to work. I like to do the most important tasks in my day and accomplish those first before the less important tasks. Now, my third tip is definitely another way that I reset and I refresh, and that's by art journaling. This is where I get at all those negative thoughts and emotions. I draw them, I paint them, I write them down and get them out on paper so I can take every thought captive and really just align it with God's truth. So that is what I go to really help me with the negative emotions and feelings and all those things. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any further questions, make sure you leave that in the comment section below. If this video was helpful, make sure you like and subscribe for more animal painting tutorials for stress relief. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you next week. Bye.